I've talked a hell of a lot about the customization and different unlocks that are found throughout Jedi Survivor, and there's a lot of stuff in this game you guys do not want to miss, especially in the sort of mid to late game areas. So today I'm going to be going through some of the best mid to late game unlocks. Some of these are cosmetics, and some of these are actually elements that will completely change the gameplay in terms of seeing every single unlock on your map and stuff like that. They're really, really important to the game, and in terms of the cosmetics, these are some of the cooler cosmetics in the game in my opinion. So you guys definitely don't want to miss out on this. Now obviously being mid to late game, some of the locations will be quote unquote spoilers, so just be aware of that. I'm talking mid to late game here, so consider that your final warning. Now on top of that, apologies for the sound of my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, but the grind must go on. So with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. Now the first unlock you guys are going to see in this video is the Exile outfit. This is a very cool kind of like Jedi looking outfit that personally I think is one of the coolest in the game. And now that the, spoiler warning is out of the way, the first part is found on Jedha. Now, what you want to do is you want to head through the Anchorite base meditation point. From there, you want to kind of just turn around right behind you and head to the right on the map, technically the left when you are running in that direction. Head over to this little sort of corner of the map, and there you can find the Exile jacket. This one is pretty simple to find. Now, the colors for this are actually back on Koboh. So jump on the Mantis, head back to Koboh, and you want to go to the Fogged Expanse meditation point. You then just want to follow this path forward and to the left, and it again is pretty easy to find these. And in this chest here you will find the colors for this outfit. I personally think the white looks absolutely clean as hell, and I've actually, for any of you who have pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the game and got that hermit outfit, the Obi-Wan inspired outfit, I think this goes really well with the hermit pants in that white color. So really cool Jedi looking outfit here, and hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Now the next one is back on Jedha, and this is actually a blaster called the Skeleton Key Blaster. You want to head to the Monastery Walls and meditation point, and from there you want to follow this path. Do not go on the sand, as there is a Skritin that pretty much kills you immediately. Pretty much just treat this as the floor is lava but in Star Wars. Now from here you want to dash up this little slide area and grapple onto this ledge. Follow the path from there, and then you want to jump across these pillars until you get to this chest and the Force Tear. From here, jump across this gap to the wall run. There are actually some hidden goodies around the corner there, so be sure to check those out, and then head back to where you just jumped across. Jump across this gap and then jump up onto the broken sort of archways here, and at the end of this is the Skeleton Key Blaster. It's a pretty cool looking blaster. I personally don't really use the blaster stance, but I know a lot of you guys do, so hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Now the next one is actually not cosmetic. This is a massive help for your gameplay. This is the extra stim perk for BD1. Now for those who weren't aware, you can get 12 stims in this game, so 10 in total that you can find throughout each planet, but there is actually a perk that allows you to get the 13th one. As you can see in some of the gameplay, I do have 13 stims. So to do this one you need to finish the Chamber of Clarity. Now what I'll say is I do already have a video on all of the chamber puzzles in this game, so the easiest way to find this is actually to watch that video because it's a little bit more in depth. Since I have already covered it, I'm just going to quickly skim through it on this one. You want to head to the Fort Carlin meditation point. You want to head to this area that I'm showing you. You want to grab a Neko and use that to jump up onto this sort of vine area and then climb up to the entrance of the chamber. Once you're inside the chamber, you want to first pull this block to the left, or to be honest, you can just actually dash across if you're far enough through the game to have the mid-air dash. And considering this is a mid to late game unlock video, I'm going to assume all of you have the mid-air dash. From there, you want to force pull this block and then push it back to where it came from, and then actually jump onto those vines. Make sure you're on the back of the block, otherwise you will get squished. Once you are on the other side, there is a second block over to the right. You want to pull that, and then when it gets to the end, pull it back to where it came from, jump onto those vines, climb on top, and then jump over to this section here. Head around to the left and follow this path until you can force push this wall that you can see, which will unlock the next area. Now, pull that second block back again. You want to jump on that again and then jump to where you just force push that wall down. Inside of that little area there is another block that you want to push out, and that just sort of clears the way back to that main area. But then you want to turn around and actually pull that first block back to where it came from. From there, jump down onto the block that you just pushed, at which point you can jump across to that initial block that you just pulled back to where it started, cross that gap, and you will find the perk at the end there. Now I know that was very rushed. I'm trying to condense this video as much as I can. If you do struggle to follow those instructions, there is a full video on the channel where I probably did a better job of explaining how to do this puzzle room. So if you guys did struggle, my apologies, be sure to go and check that other video out. But hopefully this one helps you get through that puzzle room. Now, next up we have the Commander outfit, which in my opinion is the single best outfit in the entire game. Now the first part is very simple. This is actually just the shirt that is found in Doma's shop. You can just buy this for 3 Priorite shards, and it actually comes with all the colors too. So that one is very, very simple. For the jacket, you want to head back to the Anchorite base meditation point that I just mentioned earlier. Head to your left and follow this path that you guys can see, and you will find it in this chest. As for the pants, you want to head to the Arid Flats meditation point. Literally right next to the meditation point are these pants in the chest there, and to be honest, the chances are you've actually already got this because this is along the main story path. But if you haven't got these pants, that is where to find them. Now, as for the colors for both the pants and the jacket, these are both found on the Lucrehulk back on Koboh, and it's in a pretty close area to each other. You want to head to the Hangar Rafters meditation point. The first one is literally right there. You just want to use BD1's electric dart to open up this area, and it is in that chest up the top there that you grapple up to. And then as for the second one, this is along this path that you guys can see. You want to take out these enemies, and I'm not going to lie, they can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you will get them eventually. Once you've taken them out, you want to head up this wall right here, jump through this little green shield and wall run over to this second wall jump. Once you're up the top, you just want to do these little wall runs along this path here until you get to this section where you can see 4 battle droids that are in their like powered down position. Take them out, and then in this chest there you can find the second color unlock for the Commander outfit. Now, the final 2 for this video are both map upgrades. The first map upgrade is going to show you every single chest, stim, and BD1 upgrade on the entire map, and then the second upgrade is going to show you guys all of the different treasures, for example, Priorite shards, data discs, and Jedha scrolls. So these ones are actually like genuinely game changing if you are a completionist and you want to find every different item in the game, for example. But with that being said, they are a little bit more intricate than the rest, so I want to try and fly through this as quickly as I can without taking too much time, but also there is a lot to go through and I want to be as specific as I can, so bear with me here. Now, for the first map upgrade, this one is actually found in the Fon Key Caverns, and again, I have already done a video completely dedicated to these caves. It is literally like a 30-minute exploration, so it's way too much to talk about in this video. Essentially, all you need to know is you want to head to the Mountain Ascent meditation point. You want to follow this path back down towards like Rambler's Reach area, but take this bird creature down to the little shack here and then head down in this little trapdoor and make your way through the caves. It's pretty much hidden at the end after all the bosses, and you really can't miss it if you do finish that cave system. But like I said, there is a full video on that if you do need the help with it. It's fairly straightforward, but there is that backup there if you need it. This one will unlock the upgrade that gives you all the chests, stims, and BD1 upgrades on the whole map. This one is absolutely insane. Being able to find all those stims is definitely very clutch, so this one is absolutely needed if you are a completionist. Now, as for the second map upgrade, this one is going to take a lot of explanation, so stick in there. This one is back on Jedha, and it actually requires you to do 3 different puzzles to unlock this location that you guys can see that gives you the map upgrade for the Priorite shards, the data discs, and the Jedha scrolls. It also gives you Eno Cordova's lightsaber too, which is pretty cool. So heading to the first puzzle, what you want to do is head to the Anchorite base meditation point once again. You want to go left all the way until you find this location called the Path of Restoration. It's over in this little area on the map. From your spammel, you want to jump up onto this little cliff, climb up and jump across to that trooper there, take him out, and then jump across to this other trooper and obviously take that trooper out too. Now, you want to wall run to the left there and push this ball, which I'm going to call ball 1 just for simplicity's sake, and you'll see it move the path on the other side. You want to then jump back and push the ball over there, which I'll call ball number 2, and it will open up this little nook in the wall. Now, make your way over there by climbing the wall near where you push that first ball, climb up, and inside there is another ball. You want to push that one to make another change, then climb back down the wall you just went up and push ball number 2 back to the start there. From there, you want to then head back to ball number 1 and pull it back to the start, which will once again change that path. You then want to push ball number 2 and it will go all the way to the top of that cliff. And from there, the puzzle is pretty much complete. All you need to do is zipline up, which the zipline can be found over near ball number 1 again. And there are some enemies up there, so just be aware of that. Once you've taken them out, push this ball and the puzzle will be complete, and make sure to grab your perk from this little opening over to the right. Now, for the second puzzle, this one's probably a little bit more simple than the first one in terms of how many steps there are. You want to head over to the Anchorite base meditation point again, and over to the right of that this time there is a zipline that will take you to this area that is called the Path of Persistence. You want to head to the left there and take out those troopers. There are some very annoying troopers like a rocket trooper and a probe droid, so just be aware of that. Once you've taken them out, you want to head inside and grapple onto this little area and push this ball across to push that block out to pretty much where it needs to be. to get the other ball to the top of the puzzle. Head back across the shortcut that you created before that first grapple, and then grapple onto this little ledge, push that ball all the way up to the top, and at that point the puzzle is pretty much done. You just need to get up the top there. So head back through that initial grapple point that is kind of like inside that little building area. You then want to wall run around here and wall jump up with the grapple and get to the top of the cliff face. There are some enemies up there once again, some rocket troopers and a few KX series security droids, so take those guys out, and once you have taken them out, once again force push that final ball to unlock the perk and complete the puzzle. Now as for the third puzzle, this one is definitely the most frustrating, and obviously because you guys are watching a tutorial it's going to be a lot easier for you. This one literally took me about 25 minutes to even figure out how to do it, so hopefully it makes it a bit easier for you guys. So what you want to do is head to the Arid Flats meditation point, and then on the map here you can see pretty much where you need to go. It is this little like archway structure over on the left of the map. Once you get there, the easiest thing to actually do is pretty much head to the left and use these like floating grapples to get around the side and climb up onto the top, taking out the enemies along the way, and there are some enemies up the top as well to take out. And once you've done that, you want to head over and cut down this rope over on the left of the structure, as this is a shortcut that'll pretty much just get you back up here faster once you actually finish the puzzle. I did not realize this until I'd finished the puzzle, so this is definitely the easiest way to do that. Now back down at the like front area, sort of before you use those initial floating grapples that I just showed you guys, instead of going left you want to head to the right, and there is another floating grapple, and use that to get to this little puzzle area and take out these enemies. Now this puzzle takes very specific timing. It pretty much has to be done like instantly, so there is no time to dawdle with this one. The steps I'm going to show you here, you pretty much have to do them immediately, so just be aware of that. You can do this like 2 seconds too late and you'll have to start again, so just keep that in mind. Do this one as quick as you possibly can. To start off the puzzle, you want to first pull this ball to the left there, then want to quickly grapple over to this left area and push the second ball. Now immediately grapple back to where you pretty much started and pull that first ball once again, and then grapple to the right this time, landing on this top ledge. Now you want to pull this third ball and then quickly drop down onto this next ledge and push that second ball back where it came from, and then from there you want to immediately grapple back to where you pushed the second ball, and it will have just moved back to that top path that you can see. Immediately push that again and it will go to the top where it finishes. Having explained that, it sounds pretty simple when it is just broken down into those few steps, but this one is actually very confusing if you do happen to not pay attention. So I would recommend watching that a few times and paying very close attention, because if you mess up one thing, you've got to start it again every single time. Now once the ball has gone up the top, you pretty much just either need to use the shortcut rope that I just talked about, or just go back to that same path that I showed you before with the floating grapple points and those enemies. Get to the top of that little cliff face, push that ball, collect your perk, and at that point you have pretty much finished all the puzzles and you just need to collect the actual rewards. To get those rewards, you just need to go back to the Arid Flats meditation point once again, and you can see here on the map there is this big like structure area. It's pretty easy to find on the map, so I'm sure you guys won't struggle finding this one. This is called the Wayfinder's Tomb. Now what you want to do is you want to head to this side here that has like a broken bridge. You can get up other ways, so it's not an absolute necessity to go to this section, but it is just the easiest way. You want to jump off your spammel onto this grapple here, and then behind you there is another grapple near the actual broken little archway or bridge thing there. You want to use that, but in midair immediately turn around, and this will lead you to the top of the mountain, at which point all you need to do is step on this central circle, which is actually an elevator, and down below you can find that final BD1 upgrade that I mentioned, which gives the Priorite shards, the data discs, and the Jedha scrolls all revealed on your map. And like I said, you can also find Eno Cordova's lightsaber in this chest here, which is definitely pretty cool. So both of these are absolutely awesome unlocks that can obviously be very easily missed. It is pretty hard to find all of those things that I just showed you, all the puzzles and stuff like that. It's very easy to miss, so now that you know, you definitely want to go and check these ones out. But that is it for all of those mid to late game unlocks, guys. In my opinion, these are some of the items in the game that you definitely just don't want to miss out on. Some of the coolest looking cosmetics, some of the most useful upgrades, and so if you guys are enjoying the game, make sure you don't miss out on these upgrades. There is plenty more Jedi Survivor content on the way, so if you are new around here, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. And if you do have any videos that you do want me to cover, then be sure to leave some recommendations down in the comments section. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.